Hello and welcome to Joetalks. I'm Joe, and today we're going to introduce Confucius, a sage from the East. He, with Laozi of Taoism and sixth Patriarch Huineng of Buddhism, are called the three great sages of Confucianism. Buddhism and Taoism from the East. Confucius was born on September 28, 551 BC and passed away on April 11, 479 BC. Given name-Qiu, capping courtesy name-Zhongni, family name Zi, Surname-Kong. He had an elder brother named Ming-Pi, whose capping name was Boni.bo means the eldest, and Zhong means the second. The Chinese idiom Buxiang Bozang means they are almost equal. Confucius was the second son, so he is called Zhongni. He was born in Zhouyi Lu State, today's Qufu, Shandong province. The usual respectful title for Confucius is Master Kong. Confucius in English and other Western languages is Confucii latinized. This word was firstly translated by missionaries in the 16th century. Confucius was in the late spring and autumn period. As a famous thinker, educator, and politician in Lu State, he held important government positions in Lu after leaving Lu. He traveled around the states for 14 years. Finally, Duke Ki of Lu invited him back to Lu, and he was given the title of Guo Lao Illustrious Elder, and he was called Father Ni. Confucius then began to compile the spring and autumn annals. Then he acted like a king but without the title. He was known as the Wang uncrowned king. One of his greatest achievements was founding the Confucianism. He is the founder and main representative of Confucianism. He is regarded as the supreme sage among the four saints in Confucianism. His status is the highest among Confucian sages. He proposed ethical and moral concepts such as benevolence, propriety, and righteousness, and emphasized personal cultivation and social responsibility. These thoughts have influenced the cultural trends in China and the world. He also presided over the compilation of the first chronological history, Spring and Autumn Annals, and systematically organized the Book of Songs, Book of History, Book of Rites, Book of Music, Book of Change, and Spring and Autumn Annals, namely the six classics, which made great contributions to the inheritance of ancient culture. In China, Confucius is known as the saint of education. He taught without discrimination and taught students in accordance with their aptitude, which had a profound impact on later generations. In politics, he served as the chief minister and prime minister in Lu. His political wisdom and personal charm were praised internationally. Confucius also has a high status. His Confucianism has spread all over the world and became an important part of the world's cultural treasure. Many countries have Confucius institutes, which is dedicated to spreading Chinese culture. His thoughts have a profound impact on China and the world. He is also listed as the top of the world's top 10 cultural celebrities. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization conferred the top 10 cultural celebrities in the world. They are Confucius, China; Plato, Ancient Greece; Aristotle, Ancient Greece; Copernicus, Poland; Newton, England; Darwin, England; Bacon, England; Aquinas, Italy; Voltaire, France; Kant, Germany. On August 27, 1982, to commemorate the 2533rd birthday of Confucius, people from all walks of life in the United States held a ceremony in San Francisco. Mr. Reagan, the then U.S. president, wrote a letter saying that Confucius' noble conduct and great ethical and moral thoughts not only influenced his countrymen, but also influenced the whole human race. Confucius' teachings have been passed down through generations for people all over the world, have provided abundant principles for people. In early 1988, 75 Nobel laureates met in Paris and issued a declaration. The Nobel Prize winner in physics, Dr. Hans Alvin, said in the declaration that if humanity wants to survive in the 21st century, we must go back to 2,500 years ago and seek for wisdom from Confucius. Confucius had many deeds in his life. When he was young, he traveled to various countries, asked famous scholars for knowledge. He learned astronomy, geography, history, politics, and so on. Confucius' achievements, deeds, and thoughts, showing the brilliant life of an ancient wise man, deserve our continuous learning and inheritance. After Confucius passed away, his disciples entered Desai, recorded them, and compiled into Analects. The book is regarded as a Confucian classic. Don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you. He who by reviewing the old can gain knowledge of the new a teacher, knowing it is not as good as loving it. Loving it is not as good as delighting in it. When a craftsman wants to do a nice piece of work, he will always sharpen his tools first. Don't be impatient. And don't look for small advantages. More haste, less speed. If you pursue matters of minor advantage, you will not succeed in major affairs. Learning without thinking is useless. Thinking without learning is perilous. Know what you know, and ignorance is ignorance. That is knowledge. A gentleman helps others to achieve their goals and not to do evil, even if you have only coarse grain to eat, water to drink, and your bent elbow to use as a pillow. And happiness is among them, wealth and position gained unjustly. Like a cloud to me, time is like a river, running away day and night. A gentleman strives for harmony but not conformity. But a petty person strives for conformity but not harmony. When walking in the company of other men, there must be one I can learn from. I will select their good qualities and follow them, and their bad qualities and avoid them. The above are some classic quotes from the Analects. In Confucius's theory of nature or heaven and humanity, there are many thoughts that embody universal human values. As American contemporary scholar Harry Fingeret said in Confucius's Analects, he discovered the brotherhood of mankind was the beauty of the universal values. This is why in the 21st century, Confucius' teachings are not only valued by Chinese people, but also by the entire international community. Heaven is the source of life and creation. Confucius once said, "Heaven does not speak, 4 seasons run, and all things grow." Heaven doesn't speak, which means that heaven does not speak, but heaven speaks through the operation of the 4 seasons and growth of things. Here, the heaven refers to nature. The nature is not mechanical, lifeless, and separated from people, but a great world of life. It is a natural process of life creation. Human life is part of this great life world. Man and nature are a whole. Confucius' heaven has some kind of sacredness, but this sanctity is associated with the heaven as the source of life creation. Confucius asked people to keep a sense of awe. He said that a gentleman should revere heaven. This awe is also associated with the heaven as the source of life creation. Humans should listen to the sound of nature. Humans should, with a sense of awe, cherish and protect the natural world, this great world of life. People should love their parents and then the world. Confucius' theory of humanity has 2 core concepts. One is benevolence, and the other is rights. Fan Qi, a student of Confucius, asked what benevolence is. Confucius replied it means loving others. This is the most important explanation of humanity by Confucius. Loving others is a universal love. Confucius also emphasized that it's a universal moral principle. One must start with loving one's parents. Confucius didn't believe that a person who doesn't love his parents can love the whole world. So Confucius said that filial piety and fraternal duty are the foundation of a human. Zhongyang, the doctrine of the mean, quotes Confucius's words. Benevolence starts with loving parents. Here, kinkin means loving parents. Confucius mentioned many times that children should love their parents. For example, he said that when parents are alive, don't travel far away, and if must travel, you shall have a limit, that is to say, while parents are alive. Children should not go far away. Even if they want to go out, they should have a limit. The essence of this statement is not to restrict children's activities, but to hope that children understand their parents' hearts and not make their parents miss and worry too much. Because if children go far away without any news, parents will miss and worry about them. A child's heart should mirror the heart of their parents. This is filial piety. Confucius also said that parents' age should not be ignored. One reason is about happiness, another reason is about fear, that is to say, the age of parents. Children should always think often. The one hand, they are glad for their parents' long healthy age, and on the other hand, they shall worry about their gradual aging and frailty and get prepared. Confucius' benevolence starts from loving parents and extends to universal love. The way to achieve it is the principle of Zhong and Shu. Zhong, first achieve self-mastery, then empower others. Achieve your goals, then empower others to achieve theirs, that is to say, when I have desires, I should know that others may have the same desires when satisfying my own desires. Think about satisfying others' desires too. Shu. don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you. That is to say, I don't want others to treat me like this. I shouldn't treat others like that either. This is to extend oneself to others, from relatives to strangers, from near to far, from family to society, and then to universal love and respect, and help the people and benefit the public. Later, Mencius said, love your parents and people, and then love all things. This is a good summary of Confucius' thoughts, which means starting from loving parents, and then to loving all things in the world. This is benevolence. Today, what Confucius said, don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you, is considered as the golden rule that should be followed by all mankind. Rights. It maintains social stability and harmony. It is a system of etiquette in social life. Among them, Confucius attached most importance to funeral rites and memorial rites. The spirit of funeral and memorial rites is what one of Confucius' students said, care. To send off the dead parents with care, and to remember one's ancestors. Confucius believed that it came from human emotions. He said that only 3 years, and then kids can get out of their parents' arms. When a child is born, it takes 3 years to leave their parents' arms. Therefore, children naturally have a love for their parents. When parents pass away, this love and missing is shown in the 3-year mourning rites for parents. So, rites come from the true emotions of people. Confucius valued rites, firstly, to maintain social order and maintain social stability and harmony. The Analect says that the use of rites is harmony. This is what one of Confucius' students said, but it is Confucius' thought. The function of rites is to maintain the harmony of human relationships. Confucius valued rites. There is also a philosophical flavor, which is to make human life reflect a pursuit of infinite and eternal of life. Human life is limited, while the endless and eternal world of nature are infinite and eternal through parents to children, people to people. And life is extended, the individual's limited life is connected with the infinite life of nature, thus realizing the individual's pursuit of eternal life. Funerals and memorials can make people truly experience the eternal continuation of human life. In the limited life, the value and meaning of life can be felt, thus obtaining a metaphysical consolation. Summarizing Confucius's thoughts, he believed that the highest spiritual realm that people should pursue is a state of harmony between people, and harmony between man and nature. This is consistent with Taoism. Later Buddhist thought, there are sages in the East, and there are sages in the West. The same heart, the same reason,